What's up, guys? Welcome to Have Geeks, the pod all about cutting your teeth and getting noticed in the aviation business. Today, we're talking an in depth look about the spiral stability and oscillatory instability. So, it's with my partner, Roland. So, what can you say about this topic of ours in this podcast?
So I'm going to discuss spiral instability and oscillatory instability. Mainly, there are two types of stability. These are the lateral stability and directional stability. So the main combinations of these two types are spiral instability and oscillatory instability. So before we understand what spiral instability and oscillatory instability are, we first need to know the definitions of lateral stability and directional stability. So first, directional stability. The directional stability of an aircraft is its natural or inbuilt tendency to recover from a disturbance in yaw and is mainly provided by the fin. Next, lateral stability. The lateral stability of an aircraft is its natural or inbuilt tendency to recover from a disturbance in roll. A disturbance in roll causes one wing to rise and the other to drop. The wings naturally damp out the motion and roll, and the aircraft assumes a bank altitude. So now that we know that uh, directional stability is the motion of the aircraft or the tendency of the aircraft to uh, move in, uh, I mean, move in what do you call this? Uh, yaw motion and the lateral stability to move in roll direction. So now we can discuss the interaction between lateral and directional static stability. So
Wow, that's nice.
until now, lateral and directional stability have been considered as completely separate items. However, the effects of lateral and directional stability are so closely interlinked that it is impossible to separate them. A disturbance which initially only involves lateral stability will also involve directional stability at the same time when the aircraft reacts. The main combinations of these types of stability are spiral instability and oscillatory instability. So now let's discuss spiral instability. As you can see in the picture, the aircraft is spirally unstable. So as previously established, the lateral stability of an aircraft depends on the forces that tend to return it to a wing level condition following a wing drop. If an aircraft has a large fin, as the wing drops, a side slip component acts on the keel surface, tending to yaw the aircraft in the direction of the lower wing. If the aircraft's directional stability is greater than its roll stability, the aircraft tries to align itself into the side slip. So this causes the higher outer wing to accelerate and produce more lift than the lower inner wing. This in turn sets up a rolling moment toward inner wing, increasing the angle of bank and resulting in further side slip. When this occurs, the aircraft exhibits spiral instability. If left unchecked, this condition leads to a steep spiral dive. This tendency may be minimized by reducing the total fin area, which effectively reduces the aircraft's directional stability and its tendency to yaw in the direction of the dropped wing. Lateral stability is consequently more effective than directional stability, and the aircraft becomes more spirally stable. Another method of minimizing spiral instability is to increase the dihedral effect, although this leads to great oscillatory instability. Spiral instability is normally considered less objectionable than oscillatory instability. So most aircraft are designed to be spirally unstable. With this characteristic, when the aircraft is yawed, either by the prolonged application of rudder or asymmetric power, a rolling moment in the direction of yaw occurs, and the aircraft quickly enters a spiral dive. This can occur when flying at low air speeds under asymmetric power conditions, when excessive yaw due to too much power is occupied, when too much power is coupled with insufficient rudder control to balance it and may quickly place an aircraft in a dangerous attitude. So now let's proceed to oscillatory instability.
Oh,
So
it's feeling making me dizzy, huh?
is oscillatory instability is more serious than spiral instability. It is commonly found to a varying degree in combinations of high wing loading and sweep back, particularly at low indicated airspeeds and high altitude. It is characterized by a combined rolling and yawing movement or wallowing motion. The aircraft continually yaws and rolls from the side to side until corrective action or natural damping take place. The main forms of oscillatory instability are Dutch roll, where roll predominates yaw, and snaking, where yaw predominates roll. So you can see in this GIF or GIF that this is an example of Dutch roll. So later on, Carl will discuss Dutch roll, snaking, and artificial damping. So, but for now, let's continue on our discussion. Depending on the design of the aircraft, both conditions may result. The oscillation may not damp out without some form of assistance. The resulting motion can be simply unpleasant, but in some cases may lead to the total loss of the aircraft, particularly when flying under instrument conditions. The main factors determining the degree of oscillatory instability are the number one, amount of dihedral, second, the amount of sweep back, number three, kill surface area, including the fin and rudder. In transport category aircraft, the most common form of oscillatory instability is Dutch roll. So now Carl will discuss uh, the remaining topics, which will be began by discussing Dutch roll. So Carl,
Yeah, thank you, Roland. So, as we know, Dutch roll, what can we, it sounds like a bread, but no. In aviation, Dutch roll may be described as a yaw and roll to the right, followed by a recovery towards the equilibrium condition, then an overshooting of this condition, and a yaw and roll to the left, then back past the equilibrium attitude, and so on. In spent back wing aircraft, the Dutch roll is solved by installing yaw dampers, which we'll be discussing, in a special purpose automatic pilot that damps out any yawing oscillations by applying rudder connections. So I have something for you. So as you look at your screen, you may see the Dutch roll or how Dutch roll is working in the air. So as you can see, our GIF is how the Dutch roll will be moving. So while it is rolling to the right, it has the same time a yaw effect to the top part of the or if we check the bird's eye view of the plane. But if we check in the frontal view, we can see the airplane also rolls. So the Dutch roll is considered as both rolling and yawing at the same time to remain an in-flight level or an or a smooth flight from um disturbances like big turbulent air in the pathway that we will be flying. So the next one is snaking. So snaking, um, how we can deal with snaking. So snaking is a pattern where we can see uh, we're flying in a path which we're flying in an invisible straight line, but due to turbulent forces or um, unstable flight path, we need to do the snaking. So why is this called snaking? So it is also found out that when snakes are thrown in the air, they tend to glide. So when they glide, they do like they crawl into the air. So that's why it's called snaking. So as you can see, it's not just like a form like a snake, but the snake or literally a snake will do this just to glide its body when having a free fall to the ground to prevent um catastrophe from their life, right? So that's all for snaking. So we check out the yaw dampers. So these yaw dampers are also known as the stability augmentation system. So um I have a picture for you for the next slide. Um that this yaw damper system consists of series of accelerometers and sensors that monitors the aircraft's rate of yaw. So these are electronically interconnected to a flight computer. So we're techie right now in aviation industry that processes these inputs and automatically controls actuators connected to the rudder. So in effect, these actions are akin to movement of the rudder pedals by the pilot, except this is cool. They are automated. So yaw dampers are just like rudders, but they are automatically deployed when needed. So as we wrap things up, we know um our our whole topic. We also get insights about how movement of the aircraft can be controlled in different ways. So, what's up, Ape Geek? So, this is Roland and Carl. Hey, Roland, are you still there?
Oh
Are
yes,
you
Carl, I'm
still
here.
there? Yeah. So, this is Roland and Carl. This is the Av Geeks, and we will see you next time. Thank you for listening our podcast. Bye bye. Roland, say bye bye.
So long, folks.